was going to say. All right. Hello? All right. For those of you that do not know me, I'm Michael's younger brother, Dan. I think we're 2 years apart, somewhere around ballparking it. 22 months. All right, there we go. Would the people in the back please be quiet so you can hear me, please? All right, well, anyway, it's great to see a bunch of old friends that we have not seen in a while, and for those of you that I have not met yet, I will be around to make new friends with you guys. LJ and Drew, it is great to see you guys. Appreciate you guys keeping the Tebow jerseys and the jorts at home and dressing like civilized human beings for a few hours. Of course, if my favorite college football team went 4-8 and lost to Georgia Southern, I wouldn't want to be associated with them either. So, luckily, Mary and I went to a school that recently just won a national title, and we'll probably do it again, so we don't have to worry about that.
Go Gators!
No, there's none of that. Anyways, honestly, I could not have asked for a better brother. He was always there for me whenever I needed him, regardless of what was going on. He was even there to knock me down a peg or two when I needed it, and that was pretty much all the time. So, Michael, I appreciate that. Anyways, we had a relationship where we were best friends at times, and other times where we would not really talk to each other for a while. And for one reason or another, we weren't talking to each other for whatever reason, and he randomly sent me a text message. And anybody that gets text from Michael knows it's probably some random YouTube video that, I'm pretty sure I got introduced to Leroy Jenkins that night. So it was, but anyways, at the end of our conversation, he sent me a text that said, "Oh, by the way, I'm dating Mary Grundhofer." And at first, like everyone else, I didn't believe it either. So but anyways, after he sent me a picture of Mary holding a sign that said, "I'm actually dating your brother," with 2 forms of government identification, I finally believed it. But anyways, after every conversation, it would always be, "How are things with you and Mary going?" And he would be, "It's going awesome." I'd be like, "Thank you, Michael, please do not mess this up." So anyways, after a while, I got to see Mary and Michael at various family functions, and the way they treat each other is just amazing. The way they care for each other and love each other. Honestly, we should all be jealous of the way, what they have going right now. But anyways, Michael, one day, he was about to move to Atlanta, sends me a text and says, "By the way, Dan, I asked Mary to marry me." And then I got all excited. I was really pumped about it. And then, unfortunately, Michael decided to wait about 2.5 hours before he told me she said yes. So I had to sit there and wait for it. But honestly, Mary, I'm not the most religious person in the world, but I thank God every day that you found Michael again, and that you see him for the great person that he is, and that you are now a member of our family. So for everyone, please do it.
Probably. Hey, shut up. Hey everyone, I'm Anne. I'm Mary's younger sister. It's not a surprise to most of you that I wrote down some notes on my cell phone, since I'm usually glued to it, checking emails and texting. Mark, I have it on Do Not Disturb and airplane mode, so please don't try to call me during this to mess me up or anything. Mason, Steven, that goes for you guys too. Don't try and call me. So I started thinking this morning about what I was going to talk about. And the only thing I can really think about is how much Mary and I used to bicker and fight when we were growing up. We shared a room for a long time when I was younger. Our mom dressed us in the same clothes every chance she got until we were old enough to say no. I always got her hand-me-downs, shared toys, and I was forced to follow every rule Mom and Dad made because she had to follow them. Bottom line is we've had our share of tips, but that's what sisters do. And we never lost sight of the bond that will always hold us together as sisters and friends. And speaking of bonding, I know you've really enjoyed sharing the bed with me for the past 4 nights.
That is so cool.
For the past 4 nights, and I'm sorry it's come to a close, but it's time to pass the torch off to you, Michael, to be Big Spoon for a little while. That being said, Michael, I never really knew you before you and my sister started dating. But I knew, but I'll tell you, the very moment that I knew that you were perfect and were going to be a great part of our family, it was a Saturday afternoon in Jacksonville when we all decided a little bike ride to Mellow Mushroom would make for a nice little Saturday. Little did we know, one drink led to another, and another, and another. It was your birthday. It was her birthday. And suddenly getting home wasn't as easy as riding a bike. I swung a leg over, put a foot on the pedal, and immediately wheeled straight into a bush. Mary, doing what she usually does when I fail at something, let me show you. Let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to do this. Swings her leg over and just completely topples over into the road. So as if it couldn't get any worse for Michael, it starts to rain as Mary and I are sitting on the sidewalk, just scraped up in hysterics. Michael soon realized that Dumb and Dumber was not getting home in the same way that we came. So we needed a plan B. He drove himself home in the rain as fast as he could, and was able to get us home safely. And that's when I knew that he really cared about Mary, and he was going to get her and I both home very well. So, besides being the responsible one at times, Michael, you're very laid back, easy to talk to, and you have my sense of humor, which is a plus. I'm very happy to welcome Michael into our family, and I'm excited to have another brother. And I hope Michael is mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared to have another sister. So just raise your glass while I toast my sister and my new brother-in-law. My greatest wishes for you. I hope that you have a continued loving friendship and partnership. Enjoy success and laughter, that you're blessed with children. And take each day, cherish your time together, love one another, stand together. Take time to talk to one another, put your love and family first, your jobs and hobbies second. Here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers!
Nailed it. Another. This one, I think. I'm Nola, Mary's best friend and matron of honor. I just want to say, there we go. Mary, you're my best friend, the sister I never had, the godmother to my child,